Hi, and welcome to the 10 square metre workshop. Over the last year, I've done many projects on storage for my workshop. Check out the playlist for more. But there's been one area that's been bugging me for some time. It really needed addressing. The heavy duty end of my workbench is built out of the steel frame of a printer from the 1960s. They built printers solid in those days. I think it's about time to address the cupboard that sits under my workbench and is there for tool storage. It was made about 15 years ago in a different house, back when I had different tools and most of them were still corded. Having removed the cords from most of my tools, they take less space now. So now is probably the time to do something about it. I want adjustable storage space with a minimum of waste. That way I can change the tools that I store there without having to rebuild it. Well, let's get on with it. Coming up after this. The divisions are no longer the right size or shape, and they're not adjustable. The first step, of course, is to remove the current divisions. Fortunately, I found I hadn't fixed these in too firmly. Emptied out and ready to rebuild. I intend to use my spacer and divider system. Just fit the divider into the nearest slot. You could of course do this by trenching the shelves, but then you need quite thick shelves. I prefer just to add dividers. This means I need to cut around 100 spacers, but that's quite quick with a combination of my track lift system and my short stop. It's set to 40mm. I'm ready for the next one. I found that I soon got into a rhythm. I did a double cut every 10 seconds or so. This means I did them all in about 10 minutes. Not bad at all. Each strip has some glue applied. It's spaced off the previous one. And tap down. Proceed until finished. And that's the bottom shelf done. I am using instant grab adhesive from a tube for this. Not that I needed it, but I had a tube that had been partially used and I wasn't sure how long it would last before it went hard. This shelf stands on stub supports. Underneath will go long items. First shelf in, and first two tools have a suitable home. The top ones I fitted lying on my back. Didn't want to waste any height. The middle shelf, made out of 12mm ply, requires spacers both sides. Alright, sanding of the edges and it's ready to install. I got a lot of use from my new nail gun that uses 35 gauge wire. That's about 0.6mm. I needed around 700 for this project. You can pay north of £200 for a nail gun. This was £25 from Amazon. Not sure what you get for that extra money. This performed flawlessly and I'm very happy with it. Shelves now in, ready for the dividers. The two sizes of divider slope back at the top for easy hand access. I sanded all the sides of the dividers using this permagrit sanding block. If you're not familiar with them, I do recommend you try them. Very convenient and they'll last almost forever. Well, that's everything back in place and more accessible. Plus I've won some space for some new toys. That's pretty much the last remaining area of my workshop that I didn't like. I'm now pretty satisfied with what I've got, although we'll see. That's all for this time. If you liked it, why not subscribe? See you next time.